Welcome back to Spent Too Much Diecast. What is going on, crew? Welcome back to the channel. To all my returning crew members, if you are new here, welcome to Spent Too Much Diecast. We do lots of diecast unboxings, anything from Hot Wheels, Matchbox, Jada, Fast and Furious, Fan Home, CarTuned, full collections, full cases, all that good stuff. Alrighty, here it is finally. Series 1 of the CarTuned JDMs. I know these have been hitting the stores recently. I was able to find mine at Target. This is the very first series of JDM. We have unboxed a bunch on here before that was part of the GM Chevy version, so if you want to go check that out, I know as of right now they're up to almost series 5 for those videos, so definitely down below in our description there will be a playlist, a CarTuned playlist, where you can see everything that's put out there. We have custom shop out there, series 1, 2, 3, stuff like that, so we definitely got a lot of videos on there. So I do know that this is going to be a very popular set now that we're in JDM. Don't know exactly how it's going to work, if there's going to be like as it was going to be like with the other versions, where there's a mainline version, a Walgreens version, and then a hobby exclusive version. I'm not exactly 100% sure, but once we get more information and more series starts popping up, we'll definitely go ahead and take a look at those. So here are the it's an 8-car set. Here are the 8 cars you can get: the 85 Toyota Corolla, 93 Toyota Supra, 83 Toyota Celica, 2022 Toyota GR Supra, 2022 Toyota GR86, the 85 Toyota Sprinter, which is also like the AE86, the 71 Toyota Celica GT, and the 76 Toyota Celica. So we do have a lot of new and old cars on here. Packaging is pretty cool, so we do have the new theme. Of course, it looks like the Japanese buildings in the background. We do have CarTuned JDM Series 1 up here in a like dark blue with a teal background, so that's how we know that this is going to be the mainline series. And definitely cool looking cars. So as usual, what I'm going to do is go ahead, get these all cut out of the package, and then we'll come back on it and go ahead and take a closer look at them. Alrighty, crew, and we are back. This is going to be an awesome video to go through and review these Series 1 CarTuned JDM. These cars are looking nice. So before I go ahead and do that, I do just want to again say thank you to all my crew members, everybody who likes, shares, comments, subscribed, all that good stuff, everybody who supports the channel. I do appreciate everybody. If you are new here to the channel, just tuning in for the first time, go down below, hit the subscribe button, join the Spend Too Much Diecast crew, hit the bell notification, give this video give this video a thumbs up, all that good stuff. That does help the channel out. We have about 9,000 subscribers right now, 9,000 crew members as we call you guys here on the channel. We're looking to grow this channel even more. So definitely go ahead, hit the subscribe button, share this with your friends, all that good stuff. We do put out a lot of unboxings here on the channel, so definitely stick around, and thank you everybody who watches. All right, like I said, this JDM series, I know it's been getting a lot of hype. Everybody's been wanting them, taking these cars out of the package. They do look awesome. I do know with the CarTunes for the Chevy and the Chevys, GMs, all that stuff is where they started with. Like I said, there are a bunch of videos out there if you want to go back in our playlist and check them out. But here it is with the first series of the JDM. So we'll go ahead, take a closer look at these cars. There's a lot more accessory parts on these, definitely. But we'll definitely have to take a look at them, do a little review on them, see what they're all about. All right, so starting it off, we have this one here, which is the 1985 Toyota Corolla. And let's get this a little bit more adjusted so we can see the car a little bit better. All right, like I said, there are some accessories on here and everything. We'll definitely have to go take a look at them, but this is what it's looking at. I do love this blue. So it looks like the whole first series is all Toyotas. These are all different models of the Toyota, which is pretty cool. It does look like we have brand new rims and tires on there. As you can see, like the rim actually is in the front and in the back, and then the tire goes over it. From what I've seen, is it does look like that they are all identical bases again for the JDM tuners, not necessarily the first wave with the GM cars. It looks like this is a completely different base, so if you want to switch them on any one of these cars, you can, but it does not look like they're going to fit the GM cars. This one is pretty cool. Like I said, we do have a couple more accessories. This one here does have an exhaust coming off the back, and I don't know if this is how they all are, but mine did have a blemish on the bottom of the bumper there. You can see that it does have like a little chip out of it. I don't know if they forgot to like put the exhaust on and then they had to drill into it or glue it or what, but that one does have a chip. So I will say on the first versions, which were the GM cars, barely any of these had blemishes. So we'll have to see how they're doing with the JDM cars. So far, first one does have a blemish. And then here's like the base information. It does look like it has a copyright of Toyota. It does have the new 2025 copyright for CarTuned MGA, NGA, CarTuned, made in Vietnam, and then it does have all the cars have that same base number, so I'm guessing that's how you can swap them apart. But looking at the car here, you do have the CarTuned on the front window. We do get side mirrors on these, which are pretty cool. The first time seeing these cars with side mirrors. It does have CarTuned written on the tires, which is pretty cool. I love the blue. We get headlight deco, a little CarTuned logo down there on the lip. But overall, not bad at all. Very, very cool. All right, so the next one up now we have is the 93 Toyota Supra. This one does look pretty cool as well. I'm sure we're gonna start seeing customs on this, taking off the CarTuned graphics and probably putting the graphics from Fast and the Furious. Does that kind of look like what they kind of modeled it after? So we do have a plastic spoiler on the back, which is just black painted a little bit silver. We do get full taillight deco. We do have this bumper, and we do have an exhaust coming out of the back. CarTuned logo on it. Does have the wheels, and then on the front here we get CarTuned logo on the windshield. All the graphics in the front. CarTuned CT logo on like the gray, which looks like the intercooler, which is really cool. And again, this one we do have side mirrors, so it looks like that is something new they're doing with the JDM cars. I don't think any of the GM cars had that, so that is definitely a new feature. And then it's the same base, so I can definitely see these getting customized with the Fast and the Furious logo for sure. I'm sure somebody's going to be making water slide decals so you can switch it out. I might have to pick up another one to do that. All right, then the third car for the set is the 1983 Toyota Celica. They do have a lot of old school cars in this set, which is pretty nice. Not that big of a fan of the old school cars, but I still think they look nice, and they are the iconic JDM for sure. So like I said, for the accessories, we have another spoiler here and a spoiler in the back, which is all plastic. Again, we get the side mirrors on this one. Nice clean paint job, just the red with a little bit of side graphics. You have the CarTuned. You get the full headlight deco again. Same with the side. Back, you get full taillight deco. Again, we have an exhaust, which is pretty nice. And again, it is the same base. And they do have the notches in there. So I'm sure if you want to, you can probably take the base off and probably move the wheels up if you want them to sit lower or higher or anything like that. But it does have, I did take one of the bases off. It does have the notches in there if you want to play around with it. I didn't want to because I don't want to break any of my axles, because this was a pretty hard set to find, but I'm sure it's probably going to be the same as the other ones. You might have to heat it up a little bit, or get a screwdriver in there to help you, but it does look like you should be able to move the wheels. All right, number 4 of the set we have is the 2022 Toyota GR Supra, and this one is your chase car you're looking for. This one not in particularly, but if you do find this one with the red bottom, I think it's even a gold color, red wheels it might even have, that is your chase. So, and I do know that one is another sought after one. They're selling on eBay's for $300 easily. If you can find this one here with the red bottom, that is your chase. But here is just the basic one. Again, you get the plastic bumper with the exhaust on it. You get detailed down there, detailed taillights. We do have the spoiler again, which is really cool. They're just in plastic, but it makes a little nice accessory. We have like the cherry blossom design on the side, CT logo there. These gold wheels with the CarTuned logo on the tire again. Going to the front, you have the CT logo, or the CarTuned logo on the windshield. Again, more headlight deco. And again, these also have plastic side mirrors. So I'm thinking they just either glue them on, or they put a hole in the window and snap them through. But this is the first time seeing all these cars with mirrors, which makes it look pretty cool. Definitely digging these JDM cars. All right, number 5, we have the 2022 Toyota GR86. So a little bit different than the Supra, but kind of close to the GR. But you can see the bumper rear end is a little different, but we do have paint, we do have exhaust, we do have a spoiler on here, which is really cool. They went with an orange and chrome style wheel, again CarTuned on it. And what does this kind of look like for paint scheme? Kind of like a Golf delivery, I would go with. So that is pretty cool. You got the orange on the bottom, the blue on the top, CarTuned on the windshield, the big CT logo in orange, blue, and white on the front. Bumper down here painted orange. So side mirrors again. So definitely I would say is modeled after a Golf delivery, which is pretty cool. You'll definitely have to let me know, guys, if you found these in retail, if you bought them online, if you were able to get your hands on them, because these things are cool. All right, number 6 for the series, we are going with the 1985 Toyota Sprinter, or the AE86, I believe, as they like to consider it. Of course, the iconic white and black. We have another style wheel that's all black. You have the bumper again with an exhaust, painted taillights. You do have a spoiler on here, which is painted white. And then you have the front end. Okay, so now this is the second one that I noticed that we have a blemish. So it does look like the paint ran on the bumper here and on the lip up here. So that is the blemish there. And then I also did notice that we have a paint blemish up here on the roof. I don't know if that's able to clean or not. So, and then there's the CarTuned logo. So here's the second one. So far, 2 out of the 8 for the JDM ones, and just about all the GM cars I opened, I haven't had any blemishes. So hopefully they're not rushing these to get them out and slacking on their quality a little bit. But that's the second one so far now. And we do get the side mirrors on this one as well. And again, it is that same base. All right, number 7, we have the 1971 Toyota Celica GT. This one went with the whole chrome bumper. We do get some red for the taillights. Of Of course, there is a little notch there for the exhaust, which looks really cool. Bright chrome wheels, green paint job, no body deco on it or nothing, just straight car. We do have a chrome grille in the front, and the side mirrors are on the hood, and they are also chrome as well. Nice, clean, old school car. CarTuned on the front windshield as well. Oh, definitely cool to have to the collection. Alrighty, and then now we're ending it on the number 8 of the set, the 1976 Toyota Celica. And this one they're doing, it's like a bluish gray kind of, which looks really slick. So we have another set of wheels as well, CarTuned on it. It does kind of look like it has the wide body kit with the wheel wells painted black. Going along to the back, we have the chrome grille, paint light for the taillights, and then it even looks like they put the MGA logos on there, the square, circle, triangle, which is really cool. We do have an exhaust on the bottom. Front is chrome, CarTuned there. They went with a matte black hood, which looks really cool. Side mirrors again. And then the rear window as well is also painted that matte black. So there it is, guys. There is the first look at Series 1 mainline versions of the CarTuned. So definitely we'll be collecting more of these. We will still be doing our series for the GM cars. That's not going to go anywhere. That is pretty cool. A lot of cool stuff coming out for that. So definitely stick around. Again, thank you everybody who is watching this. Thank you all my crew members for joining in and watching another video here at Spend Too Much Diecast. I hope you guys appreciate it. We will be getting more CarTuned. We will be getting more Jada cars put out there, so definitely stay tuned for more of these unboxings. But until next time, thank you for watching, and we'll see everybody on the next one. Bye.